Well, here we are. Fall. As you can tell, leaves on the ground. Beautiful time of the year to be out. Transitional time. Time to relax and enjoy this time. And don't put so much tension on you and pressure of, I gotta kill something. Go out, enjoy the finality of a growing season, and just take it all in. And don't try to overemphasize killing anything. Just have fun. Pick up some leaves, smell the decaying vegetation, and enjoy the great outdoors. There's got to be more to it than just climbing up in a tree and sitting over a pile of bait or dope-a-deer and calling that hunting. Go out and walk around. You bump an animal? Oh, don't feel forlorn like you did a cardinal sin. Check out, look for new sign. Enjoy the fall day the man up above gave you. Here's the one blind that got brushed in there pretty good. That hit up pretty good. That would be another Hammer Pharmacy blind. Matthew hasn't set that yet. And any day. And over here, oh boy. There's an active scrape right there. And so they're using that now. And I cut this limb here and hung it over there. So things are heating up in the woods. And like I said, I pan around here, right there is the blind. Yeah, this is getting to be a hot trail right here, that's for sure. Like I say, here is the setup. The farmer just picked those beans down here. They crossed my creek crossing right here. Go across that little opening. And you're right on the creek. So I put that limb up there a couple weeks ago. And they've opened the scrape up underneath of it. And I didn't use any so-called super duper, this is the greatest. I used human piss. And that got them moving. Like I say, this is the 23rd day of October. It's dry down here. And there's a little water in that creek. And I can't even believe there's that much water. We've had less than an inch of rain in a month. It's amazing that there's any water in there at all. But there is some. I find that hard to believe. Anyhow, we'll venture up here to the winter greens. And this is going to give you a testimony. These winter greens have done fabulous for as dry as it's been. I mean, they really, you know, this is the field we did back in April where we cleared the timber. There's some stress on these plants. I can see some yellowing, but you know, with the dryness I can understand that. And I can see some signs of browsing. I've had a couple, maybe one frost at least, no more than one. Well, they're holding their own pretty dang good. It's supposed to rain down here finally Tuesday and Wednesday, and we need rain bad. You know, when you look out and you see the robust of that wintergreens plot, that's the first year. Now don't think you're going to be able to do that every year after year after year, because it's not going to work. It'll start going south on you in the tonnage. You have to keep rotating it. So don't fall in love and think, oh, that's what I'm going to plant every year. That's not going to work for you, because it's not going to be the same tonnage and the same yield if you do that. Usually on the inaugural vent or seeding. If you do it right, you're going to get that kind of production. But you gotta keep planning and thinking what your next crop's going to be. And I'll just pan around here real slow. This was the annual crop that we planted. Okay, that's your winter greens. Now what I'm going to do is swing this camera around, and you're going to be looking at I guess it's a 4-year-old clover plot, which is a perennial. So you got the perennial going, you got the annual going, and they're all within this little area right here. It's probably a 10-yard distance. But you notice the robust of the annual, and this clover plot needed some rain on it because it's not as tall as what it usually is. But there again, even with proper fertilization and liming, it's not as it's not producing the tonnage that it had in the past because of the age structure on it. So what I'm going to probably do next spring is take this out or leave it grow in the spring and then pull it out of production next fall and change this into the wintergreen situation. And that wintergreen area will go into a 4 or 5-year-old perennial plot. So just keep rotating, keep planting, and everything will work out just fine. Now here's a situation that we created last year. This is a natural overhanging branch, and if you remember when I went up through there, it was in July, and I busted a trail out up there, a faint trail. Well, they started using that. Now leaving that overhanging branch, you can see they've opened up a scrape right there. Just being in the woods and being observant and leaving technology on the shelf. You know, I talk leaving it on the shelf. I got technology in my hand as a teaching tool. But that other garbage, you know, that's just what it is. Somebody's new claim to fame. Well, now we're venturing down here to the newest clover plot that we planted last year. So this is the 2nd-year growth on it. And I can tell you right now, it's doing really good, carrying its own. And we fertilized these with 624-24 probably a month ago. See those little moths, little butterflies? That's all about growing things. They wouldn't be here unless that clover was there. There's a travel corridor right here. Now see, that travel corridor right there is what you want to set up on. You don't want to set up on the field itself. If you set up on this field and the deer are on the field, you either shoot what's there or you get busted, and the more times you do that, the less chance you're going to have deer. So don't just set up on the food plot itself. Set up on down the ways on the travel corridor. And this here pure traction back here needed rain bad. Germinated good. Rain turned off, so the crop is not overly tall. That's why you have to plant acres of food plots. Because if one goes south on you and you only got a little small area, then it don't do you much good. But this is not bad. It could be a whole lot better, but don't fret it because there ain't nothing you can do. The man up above controls the precipitation, not you. And there hasn't been any, unless you have an irrigation system, and I don't know who in the hell is going to irrigate. You know. But here we got some scraping going on right under this cedar tree. So that's interesting. Tell there's a bedding area. The deer is bedded down here in this pure attraction. Now this pure attraction needs water bad. It's under a lot of stress, and that's going to happen to the best of you. There's nothing you can do about it. Those fall annuals are a crapshoot. And here's a natural food right here. This is watercress, and you can actually physically eat that. Yeah, this watercress is like you can put it on a salad. And it's really good. And it grows wild, and they put it on your high dollar dinner plates in high dollar restaurants. But you can eat it. Just make sure that you don't put herbicide on it and then eat it. But chewing it, it's one thing. Swallowing it is the result. Some of you guys know what I mean. Anyhow, watercress, highly digestible for humans and wildlife. Tell you what a beautiful setting. Fall colors, emerald green, cool temperatures. Heaven, in my way of thinking, is not any better than this place that I'm standing right now. Yes, while I'm at it, these are the two blinds that we got set up for Matthew Jessen. A north wind stand, which we can convert to a south wind stand, or blind I should say, and a south wind, a southwest wind, southeast wind blind. And they're on a main trail heading out to a green field, the cornfield and the bean field. But they're not right on it. That way anything can pass by and go on out with, and then we can get out. Well, with Matthew we can't really get out because we have to drive the four-wheeler down this trail. So if we do spook some wildlife, there's no doubt about it, but it's worth the cost and the cause if he can get a buck harvested. Now as we stand here, you can see the YouTube blind, how brushed in it was, beautifully brushed in. It just looks like shadow over there with those old Christmas trees. So I hope that got some minds thinking, but we haven't had the conditions, and I want, when he goes in there, I want it to be perfect conditions, and you got to have enough restraint not to push the issue until you know. And what I want that to be is on an overcast with a front coming in, and he's going to go in there. But you can see as I back out how well that old Christmas tree has blended that 72-inch blind in over there. You can't even, you walk right by that and not even know it was there. And especially with that sunlight. If they're looking into that sun right there, there ain't no way they're going to see that. Things I hope help you out without the use of technology. Unless you call artificial Christmas trees technology. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but that's that lost camera scrape, and they're back at it again this year. Oh, everybody got it dug up. And just up the ways from that lost camera, basically that lost camera stand is down at that cedar, or camera is down at that cedar tree right there, and we're about 40 yards up the hill on this hickory. And they got a couple of scrapes going here. And you can see the cornfield right there. Opens up into the bean field back there. And that's the no plow that you're looking at. And so, but most of the activity, as you can see, will be in the nighttime until, or late evening, because it's rather open here with the large alfalfa field right there, and they're traversing here at nighttime down through to get into the woods. And but there's a lot of scraping activity going on there. Yeah, for you guys to think I have an unfair advantage, this is my neighbor's alfalfa field, and it's approximately 120 acres in here, and that's my timber back there. But there's a lot of lush green alfalfa. He just cut this about a month ago, so it's brand new growth. So even though you're in ag country, you're in competition with the other food sources, ones you plant and the ones your neighbors plant inadvertently. I got a lot of cedars on this property too, and that really works good in the winter. As you can tell, the whole line of cedars, that blocks a lot of cold wind. Those animals can get underneath of there and shed some of the snow, plus get out of the wind. Diversity, diversity. That puts a wrap on today. Beautiful day. If you learned one thing out of this video, that's my reward, sharing it with you and taking you into this farm. I haven't got to my bigger farm due to work. I'll go there this week when it rains, and I'll take you along through there, and we'll see what sign is materializing and go from there. But well, the sun's going down, my battery's going down, and I better wrap this up. So once again, if you've already harvested your white-tailed deer, congratulations. If you haven't, the best is yet to come. Don't get excited, because you wait all year, take it to the limit. January 10th here in Iowa. See you down the trail.